All right, three, two, one. Just share your name and any initial reactions to the Martin Zimmerman verdict.
Well, my name is Daniel Dickey, and that's spelled Daniel Dickey. And my initial thoughts, I was right off flabbergasted. I actually watched it live on HLN and saw how, first of all, just kind of watching the reactions, like looking at the defense and then looking at the prosecutors, like the demeanors that they were. Like, it was very obvious that the prosecution was very sad about what happened because it was a travesty, it was an injustice. It was unbelievable the fact that that could have even happened in 2013 with the way that the evidence was taking that case, with the way the evidence was presented. And to me, it seemed like a no-brainer. Like, I didn't necessarily even think that there was an opportunity, even in the midst when they came back and asked for what the limitations and what the more particulars were for manslaughter. I wasn't feeling like he was going to leave that case unscathed at all. Like, even if because this is the South, so you know that anything can happen here, sadly, even in 2013. But it was no way that I was expecting that he was going to come out of this scot-free. Like, you get to go home. Congratulations, you did a great job. It was terrible.
As a young African American male, what do you feel about not just the outcome of the verdict, but what would you say to other young men of high school, college age regarding what we've experienced yesterday?
Well, I think that, to me, in lots of ways, like the high school kids, and they're not aware of their surroundings at all times. And I think that that's very, very, very important. It's important that you're aware of your surroundings, and then also be aware of who you are. You are the most endangered species probably in creation. A black male, like society's gunning for you. Actual human beings are gunning for you. Like, it's just like, you need to be aware. You need to always be making sure you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, because at the end of the day, you just don't know how a situation could go left, like this one, where this young man has lost his life in a situation where this gentleman was told by the police not to engage this young man, to not follow him, to not do anything. And so he basically goes and antagonizes an action that leads to a young man now being shot and lost his life. It's sad. It's disheartening for the South. It's disheartening for America. Like, and I don't even want to make that even racial, even though, of course, there's racial aspects to it. But this is sad for the entire United States of America, because at the point that this happens to someone of any other ethnicity, it'll be real problems. Heads are going to roll. Jobs are going to be demanded. And it's just sad that this situation isn't something that prompts that.
As a young African American leader yourself, some of the things you just spoke to, what are some next steps that you would suggest to not just African Americans, but to those caring and concerned Americans overall as regards to this scenario?
Well, to me, I think that, just in the United States as a whole, I think that racial reconciliation is something that is going to be needed. I think that we need to, as a people, and not just as a people because I'm of African American descent, but we as a people, as United States of American citizens, we need to do better with the tolerance, trying to understand where everyone else is coming from in the aspects of how it deals with how we deal with race. Like, I think that that's the call to action. It's racial relations, racial reconciliation, like trying to get on one page to let everyone know that we actually are one people. So I think those are some of the actions that need to happen.
And one last question, how has this verdict touched you personally?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I have a nephew. I have two nephews, actually. One that's 15, he's rising into 16, and then I have one that's like 11. And so, these kids already don't have a lot of hope. Like the young kids, that are coming up and the generations behind us, they already don't have major aspirations. They don't feel like they can do anything and be anything. And this kind of verdict is disheartening to that. And so it actually makes it harder for you to mentor the kids. It makes it harder for you to talk to them. It makes it harder for you to get on one page with them. And I think that that's really sad, because it's just like my generation. I'm 34 years old, and some of these things that they deal with, I couldn't fathom dealing with. And I think through the heightening of social media and all the other media platforms, and the more availability there is to that information, like even with the story from Fruitvale Station about the kid Michael Jordan that was killed. Like it's so much going on, and it's just so sad. But I just want kids to definitely know that there definitely is still an answer, and I think that answer is still always Christ.
All right. Any other final comments?
No, I'm good.
All right.
All right.